Welcome back. Today we're going to be discussing ball stakes. I'm going to talk about the different types of ball stakes, how to position them, how to make them, not so much about how to use them. We'll cover that later and other things. This is more about a understanding of what ball stakes are and how we're going to make them. So this is Crafting Medievally. I'm Sigurd Ericsson, and let's get into it. So ball stakes. A lot of your working on the outside of shaped armor, whether you're raising over a ball or you're planishing imperfections out or final shaping, you're going to be using different curvature balls. The reason that you have a wide selection of balls and curvatures. So some balls are completely round, some have slightly flat tops. Those are all to match interior surfaces. The closer the ball is to the final shape you're trying to achieve, the easier it is to accomplish what you're working on. So let's get into some of the ball stakes. So this one, and this one are all from the Lynch sale, which makes them like 100-plus-year-old stakes. A lot of the modern professional stakes tend to have these tapered ends to them, which requires steak plates of some flavor. I haven't seen these around in forever. I got them in Milwaukee back in '86. I haven't seen them since. I know there's variations that you can find out there. Some of the dapping blocks have the angles to them. The closest thing is the Pexto steak plates, where they've got an angled match sleeve that the steak plates fit into, and you have to cut out the bench underneath. A lot of the modern armorers are making squared stakes that they're throwing in hardy holes. Some people are making squared off stake plate holders. The beauty of a ball stake is it doesn't have to be fixed in place. It can spin a little bit. So I did plumbing piping, the black piping. A lot of the pipes fit inside of each other. So when I first started, I had a smaller one that fits into the bigger one. And I took, one of my early stakes was a 1-inch rod stock that I mushroomed out, that lived in there. Same 1-inch bar stock rounded off into a ball head. Went to Milwaukee, and part of the junkyard where I got my dishes from, they were industrial tumbling things. So this is a Tumble Media on a gigantic scale. And they had a wide variety of them. Some of them were really misshapen from being beat up and whatnot, but no big deal. Take a angle grinder to it, grind it back round, whatever. Some people are buying ball bearings, which can be expensive, especially as you're getting into the 2-3 inch ball bearings. But some of the smaller ones are probably priced in a reasonable manner. Again, black pipe. One of the other things early on, which are probably a little more difficult to get a hold of, were the iron shot puts. A lot of the high school and college shot puts are now rubberized, and they're lead shot filled. These are cast iron. This is the smallest, and this one's the largest. I had a problem with this one. I let gravity find its balance, and I welded to the bottom of it, and there was an air hole in here, and we crushed it early on. Had to completely fill it in with weld and grind it back smooth. But as you can see, the shot puts are 32 years old. So that's useful. The newer solution is going after kettlebells, especially for the big ones. So this big one down here is a 55 pound. This is a 45 pound. A lot of them have flat bottoms, and the arms are here. So you lop the arms off, grind it flush to the curvature. As you see, I've polished this up. This one I still haven't completely finished. Those are nice big round steaks. They're heavy, they're a pain in the ass to move around, but I recommend them. The other feature, I recommend having a couple offset ball steaks, because you'll run into certain shapes where a piece of metal will bomb into the underneath, that you can set it in and be able to hammer on it there. I've also seen those put on a T-stake, so you've got a T-stake that comes out and then a ball on the end, so that you can really set something into tubularly into that to get in deep to use the ball. Learn to make tools. You're going to hear this over and over and over again. Learning to make your own tools is important. Figure out what you need and make it. You will find that when I was in Milwaukee learning from Valerius, he really drilled into my head, there's a lot of ways to do things, but there's one way that is most efficient. And that one way usually requires a specialized tool. Whether you buy it, make it, whatever, you will find that when you have that specialized tool, it makes the work so much easier. Yeah, you can do it other ways, but it's going to be painful. And that's okay if you only need to do it one time, but if it's going to be something that you're doing over and over and over again, by all means, learn to make a specialized tool to accomplish a need that you're going to be doing repetitively. So I'm hoping you got to see a variety of different stakes. Again, here's a small bent arm that fits into those. This is called a Halfmoon stake, so it's half of a ball stake. Not bad for doing creases that you can angle over. There is a better stake for it, so I don't use this one as much. So this one's a curve, and you can accomplish this with a like 2-3 inch rod, and cut it at an angle so the rod is kind of like a 20-degree angle, and that will give you a curved surface that you can hammer against with an open air surface for putting a crease into something like a knee cop or lames or something like that. I have 3 sizes of this. I've got the big one, a smaller one, and a really small one. So depending on the curvature that you need to get into, it allows you to get in there. So again, just a quick review on ball steaks. You're going to need them. You don't have to buy, I mean, new, this is like a $400 steak. I got it from the Lynch sale for £2 a pound. Unfortunately, that's not an option anymore. Making the ball steaks, there's some guys on the Armor Forum that are making the ball bearing ball steaks. They look like they're doing a really good job. If you don't have the tools or knowledge, if you're newer and you're willing to spend the money, that's a good option. He's using a quality ball bearing. The steaks look great. But again, if you can find shot puts, kettlebells, you can make these yourself. You just need some welding abilities, and it's not that difficult. So hopefully this helps out the newer armorers on how to get ball steaks and how to make them. If you have any questions, reach out to me. And I will hope to see you again soon. Click subscribe, like, and see you in the next video.